Hello, Simplifiers. Diana with Diana Simplifies here. How are you doing? You see my cute little sunflowers are blooming back here above and below the rail. I did a video for Memorial Day, then I forgot to post it. So I thought I would just pop in here real quick with an update. We took Dad to his farm. It's in a different town. It's called Union City, Tennessee. It's on the Kentucky-Tennessee border. I think it's about an hour and a half from his house, but unfortunately we had to have a potty break, and Spencer's the one that needed it this time, not me. I could have just Spencer, because when you take Dad for a potty break, it's a good 20-30 minutes. So that added quite a bit to the time. And by the way, we were 13 minutes away. I had just checked. I was like, are we ever getting there? 13 minutes away. Spencer had to stop because he'd had a lot of coffee. I was like, great. You couldn't have held it 15 more minutes? He was like, nope. Anyway, he got a load of how long it takes Dad to use the bathroom. So, anyway, before we ever got out of the house, it turns out, I knew Dad was not doing well, but it turns out Dad was completely off of his sleep schedule again. He fell twice in 30 minutes. We couldn't even get out of his house. The second time, I was outside in the garage and I hear the door doing like this back and forth, and I'm like, is Dad having trouble getting out? Because like he was on the inside and I was on the outside. It's like, is he having trouble getting out of the house? So I opened the door real gently because I was afraid I thought he was having trouble with the doorknob. I was afraid he was going to fall out. He was laying on the floor. I was like, what is going on, Dad? What's with all the falling? Then of course he blames me. Well, I'm just in such a rush because, you know, I'm hyper and I wanted to get on with it. But at no time did I say, hurry up and rush. I never said that. Anyway, he blamed both the falls on me. Oh, then he said I pushed him into the car. That did not happen. He nearly fell backwards. He was so frail and rickety, he nearly fell backwards. And so I just had my hands like this. That's pushing, by the way. You pushed me. I barely touched you. I had my hands here so you wouldn't fall. I pushed you. I'm pushing my dad. Why would I push you? If I wanted to hurt you, I'd find a different way and we wouldn't have to go on this stupid trip. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have done away with you before this trip happened if I really wanted to hurt you. Anyway, so when I saw him laying there, I said, and Spencer was right behind me, I think at that point, I said, we can't keep doing it. I was like, I don't know what's going on, but we can't do this. We cannot go. Spencer said, we're going. He's like, we are going. And we were all ready to go. So I guess he was just like, I've had it. And I think he also, because at some point while we were there, he's like, this is going to be his last trip here. This is just, you know. Anyway, I think that's why he was like, we're going. So he said, I'm going to put the wheelchair in the car. We're going. And I said, okay, I don't think this is a good idea, but okay. Well, Dad's been off his sleep schedule. I knew there was a problem. And you can't tell Dad anything. I kept saying, Dad, I'd talk to him on the phone and say, Dad, you've got to go to bed. Well, I just have so much to do. I was like, skip your ice cream and cookies, Dad. Skip your ice cream and cookies and just go to bed. Well, I didn't know this. It's thundering, I think. I didn't know this, but he told Spencer he had skipped dinner the night before. And then we had to pick him up kind of early. So I wanted to leave at 10. I think we got out of there at 10:30, which was a miracle. With all the falling, that was a miracle. I said, did you want me to fix you some breakfast? No, I'm not having breakfast. Well, a lot of times if he's going to be in the car for a while, he doesn't really want to eat anything because then he's either got to use the bathroom or like, you don't know which way he's going to use the bathroom, and that makes him nervous. So I wasn't going to argue with him about eating. I didn't know he hadn't eaten the night before. I knew nothing of that. In fact, I was on the phone with him the night before and I thought he had said he'd started eating. So I'm a little confused about that. I wonder if he forgot. I think maybe he did eat. He just didn't think. I don't know. Anyway, we went against my better judgment, but Spencer hauled him on the wheelchair. I could have never done this. He hauled him up the steps. There were like four or five steps. Hauled him up the steps. He's like, you stand in front. What is I going to do? He starts falling. He's going to fall on me. What am I going to do? And then on the way out, he hauled him, and he's like, you stand in front, hauled him back down in the wheelchair, wheeled him into the house, right up to the table, because we were just going to go in there and eat lunch, wheeled him right up to the table, and we had lunch. There's the main thing at this house is to check that the pipes are not burst, which actually the hot water pipe is actually burst under the house. Spencer said he could fix that himself, so we're not going to call anybody to do that. And we're not taking a bath, so I don't care if we have hot water, and we didn't have to wash dishes. We just brought sandwiches and throw away stuff. So, what was I gonna say? My mind just left me. I don't know. Anyway, it ended up going okay. So, I was just talking about the water. And the bugs. I go in there and clean the bugs up. I had to go in there and clean what do you call those bugs? They're Japanese beetles. They love that house. They love that house, and they love my mother's house. We never see one at our house, and our house is not airtight at all. And you could come in very easily in our house. They don't like our house. I don't know what it is. I rarely see a Japanese beetle. That's like looks like a ladybug, but it's mean and it bites. It's not a ladybug. Looks like a ladybug. It's a Japanese beetle. They're vicious. They're more orange. A ladybug's more red. Japanese beetle's more orange. They're mean, nasty little bugs. So they have somebody that sprays. We don't spray anything. I don't want all that poison in my house. That's just me. We do, occasionally I'll have him do the perimeter outside with something, a granule, some kind of granule. Because we've had a roach problem. The only problem we've ever had was roaches. Oh, and mice. We have mice. Anyway. But that's all we really had to do is just check on the house, make sure the water is still, because we turn the water off when we leave, turn it back on when we go, and use the water. Well, half the time the pipes are burst. We've had like twice where we couldn't even use the water. It was once the house flooded. It was while I was standing there. I was like, oh my gosh, there's water everywhere. Turn the water off, turn it off. Water, just, it's shocking how fast that can go. You know what I'm saying? Just water everywhere. Just water. I was just walking through water. Anyway, thankfully it didn't ruin anything because they have hardwood floors. Can you imagine? Anyway, we got through that. We got him back home. Getting him out into the house was slow. And he was this way, and he was this way, and he was falling this way. And he said, I don't know why the walker's coming up. I said, it's because you're going backwards. You can't tell my dad anything. He's fine. He's walking fine. His legs were not moving properly. He was shuffling his feet. I'd already told him, your feet are not moving correctly. He doesn't listen. It doesn't matter what you say. He does not listen. So he said he needed to use the bathroom. So Spencer's looking at me. I said, oh no, you're taking him. Because I could tell he's falling. What am I going to do? He's falling all over the place. He's in there. I go, chip, chip, chip. Yes, I need EMS to come to my dad's house, please. Called EMS. And Spencer's like, I don't know what you think they're going to do. And I said, well, I hope they're going to talk him into going to the hospital. Because I know I can't talk him into it. So it happened that these people knew me and they knew Dad. They'd been there. The woman's been there several times. The woman and the guy had met me last time that Dad needed something. We couldn't get Dad out of the tub. So they came to get him out of the tub. So they know us. Very nice people. And the guy's like, I mean, is he at himself? Because you can't make him go. I said, I understand I can't make him go. They told me that on the phone too. I know. I'm hoping someone somehow will be able to talk him into going. Because the thing was, I was going to stay with him, but the one time I didn't have my suitcase. We were in Spencer's truck. I didn't have my suitcase. I thought in my head, I should probably take my suitcase. Didn't take it. So then I was like, I'm going to have to go home and get my suitcase. Y'all, he wasn't walking enough for me to leave. What was I going to do? When I got there, he'd be on the floor. When I got back, drive all the way here, get my bag, pack extra stuff because my bag is just like thrown together. I would need to make sure I had a few other things besides what's in there, and drive all the way back. That's over 3 hours. That's probably like 4 hours, just like that. What was I going to do? What was he going to do? He thought he was fine, meanwhile. This way, forward, backwards, the walker coming off the ground. He thought he was fine, y'all. Fine. He's fine. So he always says, I'm fine. I don't know why you're worried about me. He told him yesterday, she worries about me more than I do. He's like, I'm not worried. Seriously? So I don't know, by the God's grace, I just find it to be a miracle. I don't know what to say except by God's grace. I said to him, Dad, I am begging you to go to the hospital and be checked out. I am begging you. And at that point, I don't know, I guess he didn't want me to beg him, so he said, okay, I'll go. I'm sure everyone was completely shocked. Then see, the last time this happened, he was by himself and the fall scared him so bad that he wanted to go. And then he said to them at the hospital, they tried to release him and he said, I can't go home. I cannot go home. I live by myself. I will fall. I can't go home. So they sent him to rehab. Well, we had the same scenario. We met him over at the ER. We had the nicest doctor. I explained to the nurse the problem. The doctor said, I understand what, she said, I've read over, well, I guess the notes or whatever. I understand what you're talking about. I'm going to move him upstairs and let's get him to rehab. Thank you. That's all I wanted. Do you know that this man's sleeping almost full time for 2 days? So he was there almost 2 full days. Almost 48 hours he was there. I was hoping just the last time they had him out of there so fast. He wasn't even there 24 hours. They had him in that rehab. They had room, so I don't know why in the world it took so long. I was so mad. So mad. We didn't get over there until 5 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. They were ready for him at 1:30 in the afternoon. Okay. Why are we still here? So anyway, they got him over there. I got him over there and got him settled. But anyway, 2 days, not kidding, 2 days of sleep. Now they had to lift him to get, I'm not saying it was easier to get him into the car, but I saw him actually moving his feet, which he was not doing at the house 2 days prior because he had no sleep. He was also seeing things. We were at the farm and he was sitting in the car. He said, look at that kitty cat. I said, there is no cat over there. Well, when Spencer gets over here, he's going to tell you about the cat. So Spencer gets in the, I'm just, oh, really? Spencer gets in the car. He tells him about the cat. He said, there's no cat over there. And the whole way there, he was seeing stuff on the side of the road. On the way back, he said something about the livestock. Livestock is big, y'all. I said, there's no livestock, Dad. There's no livestock. I mean, that's how bad. I don't know how many nights of sleep this man had missed. He told EMS, I've only been getting about 4 hours of sleep. 20 hours a day you're up doing what? Doing what? When I was there on Friday, I did everything for him. By the time I left there, I stayed late for him to get his bath. He was finished with his bath. What in the world? All he had to do was eat supper, take his medicine, and whatever he has to do to get ready for bed. Why would you be up all night at that point? I mean, see, I can't even fathom what's going on. Obviously, I should have stayed, but I'm just saying, just being here and him there, I cannot fathom what in the world he's doing for 20 hours a day. What is he doing? So I don't know. My life has turned into a nightmare. I appreciate those of you who comment and say, you know what I'm talking about. I'm sorry, anybody. I wish none of you knew what I was talking about. If it were up to me, nobody would ever know what I'm talking about. I have been a zombie. Even on the way home today, I was like, I am so tired. I've not even been with him today. Today I went to work. I slept 8 hours straight. I got up to use the bathroom maybe twice. I use the bathroom a lot, but I think I got up a couple times to use the bathroom. Other than that, 8 hours of sleep, and I wasn't like getting in bed and, toss and turn. I got in bed, asleep. So lots of sleep. The night before that, I only got 7 hours, but still, that should be plenty. The night before 6, I'm telling you, 6 wasn't good, but I've been nothing but a zombie. This has taken such an emotional and mental toll on me. I can't even tell you. It's exhausting. It's just exhausting. And so then today I think, oh, thank God. Dawn's over there. I'm going to have she had a day off. I needed to work, and today was the day I wanted to work. I was going to go to work today no matter what. Well, guess what's going on over there at the rehab today? I mean, they wouldn't just let me go over the meds last night. Oh, no, we'll have to do that later. I'm here now. Why can't we do this now? What's this later crap? Normally we just do it all, and if it takes 3 hours, that's what it takes, then I go home. I was so ready to go home, y'all. The night before, not even kidding, a skunk ran in front of me. This is how bad he was. He couldn't feed himself. When he first got to the hospital, here he is trying to feed himself. The spoon was coming to here. He's got a spoonful of something coming to here. He's like this. Not kidding. Not kidding. And I said, well, I guess I'll just do it for you. He was also having trouble swallowing. I thought he was going to need a swallow test. He was having trouble swallowing the night we took him. I didn't notice him having trouble swallowing at the farm. We sat there together and ate a sandwich. I noticed nothing like this. I got him a little, like a slider. It's a roast beef slider from Arby's. It's a good size, but it's not huge. It's not a big sandwich. He was like chewing his cud while eating that. It was like this. They took him for a CT scan, 20, 25 minutes. When they came back, he was still doing this. What are you still chewing? What in the world? The next day, same thing. Like, do you have dementia? This is what not sleeping will do to a 94-year-old. I've got a friend who knows everything. She lives like 3 doors down. If I screamed her name, if she was outside, she could hear me screaming. Listen, she said to me over and over, oh, there's something wrong with him. You need to look at the test. I said, Sherry, there's nothing wrong with him. He's not sleeping. There's nothing in the world. His vitals are great. No, they found nothing. They did CT scans. They looked for a stroke. They did x-rays. They did it all. They were I'm very impressed with their ER, I have to say. Very, very thorough. They did it all. There's nothing wrong with this man but AFib. Literally nothing wrong with, other than, like prostate issues. You know what I'm saying? Like those IBS, those kind of things. Yes, but like something to just make you keel over right now, really not anything but AFib. So I said, no, Sherry, I'm telling you, it's because he's not sleeping. He can't chew because he's not sleeping. He can't put one foot in front of the other because he's not sleeping. He's seeing things because I've already been through that. Now the chewing, I don't remember from the last time, but the not being able to put your feet in, like, we've been there, done that. All this was very familiar. The wobbling around, all of this, I don't remember that last time, but it probably happened. I just don't remember everything, but I remember him seeing, he was seeing bugs. If you'll recall, he was seeing bugs. He told the guy, I've got thousands of bugs. Thousands of bugs. I haven't even seen 10 bugs. Like, where are these? We've been taken over. Like, where? There's aliens. I'm like, thousands of bugs. What? Anyway, go to bed. I just kept saying, you got to go to bed, Dad. Whatever you've got to skip during your day, and I don't mean meals, and I said that. Don't skip your meals. Go to bed. You don't have to have ice cream. You don't need cookies. All this junk food you eat. You don't need any of that. Eat your meals and then go to bed. Y'all, I don't understand. I don't know. So I guess when he gets home, I'm probably going to have to move in for a while and make sure that he's going to bed. I don't know. Anyway, it's just been exhausting. I just don't even... Oh, so I was going to say, so I was going to have a calm day off, right? Or I was working, but it was going to be a calm day. It's just going to be a real calm day. I'm just going to clean. No, that's not how that happened. Dawn's texting me. The pharmacist came in here to talk about the meds. They're pausing. My dad has RA. He's on methotrexate shots once a week. They're pausing the methotrexate. What? What does that mean? No, we're not. They're pausing his Celebrex. Dad has spinal issues. That's one reason he can barely walk. No, we're not putting a pause on the Celebrex. That's for arthritis. No. And the Tramadol. And I was like, somebody needs to be calling me right now. They need to, whoever it is, they need to call me right now, this very minute. We're not pausing any of these drugs. Oh, and zinc. Zinc is over the counter. Why do any of these things need to be paused? I'm telling you about, I had a nervous breakdown. I was at work and I'm like, I'm fixing to call Dr. Stonecipher. That's his doctor that prescribed 2 of those drugs. Yes, could I need to get some sort of message to Dr. Stonecipher. And then the woman is clueless while I'm calling. I'm like, can I talk to a nurse? Can I talk to somebody over there that knows what they're doing? Anyway, she said she sent him a message. Well, in the meantime, I asked Dawn, because, Dawn is not communicative like she should be. She's not like me, I'll just tell you. Dawn, she just sort of disappeared. I said, are you talking to the doctor about this, or do I need to call over there? Because she's sitting right there, right? And she's a nurse. Are you? And she normally handles it all. I normally don't have to deal with this. So I feel like she's doing something. She said, well, I talked to the pharmacist, and I said, we can't be pausing these drugs. We've got to figure this out. And he said, oh, the doctor's very good to work with the family. Excuse me. You don't even need to work with the family. Let's ask the patient what he wants. He was already asking me last night, when am I getting my methotrexate? Let's ask the patient. Do you want your Celebrex? Do you want your Tramadol? My dad knows what drugs he's on. He wants his Tramadol and he wants his Celebrex. Thank you so much. What is the problem? You've got the list from the pharmacy or the hospital or wherever in the world it came from. Go by the list. We're not pausing any drugs right now. Do I need to get some sort of court order? I mean, what do I need to do? I don't know, y'all. I'm just like, somebody had better be giving my dad a methotrexate shot. That's what I'm saying. The only time you pause methotrexate when you have RA is if you're on an antibiotic. He's not on an antibiotic. We're not pausing his methotrexate. If I have to bring it over there myself and hand it to him, and he can put it in the little syringe himself and give it himself the shot, that's what I'll be doing. So you just let me know. Are you giving it to him or not? Because if you're not, I will. Got it? I don't know. It's just, he was just at this rehab 6 months ago. Nobody paused anything. He was on his methotrexate. Pretty sure he was on all these drugs. I went over all the medications myself. What is the problem? All right, enough moaning and whining. I hope that you guys had a nice Memorial Day weekend. Let me know in the comments if you did anything celebratory as far as celebrating our freedoms or celebrating the men and women in uniform who have died protecting our freedoms, anything like that. Please let me know. I want to hear about it. We had a veterans thing down at the City Hall. I would have liked to have gone. They have, I think it's a chili cook-off or something, and they have a car show. Well, all it's done is rain, and so really we haven't gotten that much rain, but it rains off and on, basically. So they thought it was supposed to be super soggy wet, and I think they could have just gone ahead with the car show, but they didn't know. It's so hard to know what's going on with the weather because they're never right, so, or rarely. So they canceled the car show, so therefore almost nobody showed up for the chili. But if you were a veteran or I think it was a veteran's family member, you could eat free. No, we're not, well, technically I guess Spencer's is, but I'm not. So anyway, we would have gone over there paid, but we were with Dad, so we didn't do that. So anyway, that's it for me. I am completely exhausted. I don't know why, because I have, unlike Dad, I have been sleeping. But I'm telling you what, 2 days cured a lot of his problems. I got these at Dollar Tree, y'all, and there's a pink one. I'm dying. These are the ones that I had before, and I don't think there was a yellow one, or I never saw it. But, so I got 2 blue ones, a green one, and then I wish I'd gotten, I think they had another yellow one. This yellow is so bright and pretty at night. It's gorgeous. The blues turned out darker. They all look really bright, but the green and the yellow show up the best. But the blues don't show up as well, but they're still pretty. So anyway, this is really nice, but there is a pink one. Unfortunately, I have not been able to find it. I'm still on the hunt, but I've been to 2 or 3 stores. I can't find it. But anyway, those are solar lights. They're super cute. Those are the $1.50 ones. They're the inexpensive ones. But I had these before, and they lasted, this probably won't happen this time, but those lights lasted forever. And I was going to try to figure out if there was a way to replace a battery. And I never did. All right. Love you guys. I'll talk to you next time. Bye.